Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pat Britton's Hangout Hour, or, well, anything like that. I'm just streaming at the moment, so yeah, I'm getting all my stuff together here, so I'm just gonna share the links. Share the links. Hope everyone is doing well today. It is a beautiful day out here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, where I am at, where I am living. So let me just share real quick. Um, why not stream? Fucking, fucking scam calls. I'm telling you. Let's see. All right. All right. All right. Well, I did see the new Superman trailer today, and it was pretty good, actually. I'm not gonna lie. It's actually pretty good. I don't really have a lot of complaints about it. Though there's a lot of people who will complain because it's Superman and he's an iconic character and all that. Um, all right, so let me just share this real quick. I have shared it already twice on Instagram, so if anyone shows up from Instagram, they can just do that. But I'm sharing it on Discord so people can sit and watch if they want. So yeah, there we go on that. There we go. There. Doing. Oh, I know Tony put out some new videos. That's cool, cool, cool. Big Nate, I guess, did something. He has made an announcement. All right. So, share. Sorry if I can't see your comments yet. I am busy sharing this. Oh, we got a whole bunch of people here. Derry's here. Hello, Derry. How are you? Yes, my class is over. Aslan asks, "How was my semester?" Busy, but went well. Also, hello, Derry. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hello, Alicia. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hello, Jacob. And Jay from A Contemplative Reader is here as well. So, hello, hello. Again, sorry if I can't see your comments yet. I'm kind of busy sharing this around at the moment. I bet you're probably wondering, well, Britton, why didn't you do it earlier? Because I don't want people just scroll past and just kind of go like, oh, so it was an hour ago. That sucks. But yeah. So yeah, I'm just hanging out here today. I didn't really have a lot of video ideas, so I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna stream today, and I'm gonna just basically do my part and connect with the community. Do my part as a booktuber, as they do. So yeah, let me see if anyone else is. Alicia says I'm good. I'm hanging in there. What are you reading lately? Well, I am about to finish *The King of Elfland's Daughter* by one Lord Dunsany, which is a solid book. Not gonna, it's had an interesting. That's a good point, Derry. That's a good point. I should shut my bathroom door. So there we go there. So there we go on that. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. But thank you, Derry, for coming and hanging out for a little bit. What else am I reading? I am reading Tight as Grown. I finally got back into the world of Gormenghast, so I am reading Tight as Grown at the moment. Really starting to get into it. I'm really digging how it's moving along. It is a slow book, but I'm really digging how it's moving along. And of course, for Year of Lemire, I'm hoping to at least get this done before May is over, but I haven't really had a lot of time to really chew into it because, well, semester was ending and all, and that is Jeff Lemire's Animal Man run, which is pretty solid so far. I'm liking it. It's pretty good. It's so yeah, that's what I've been reading for the past couple days. Last couple weeks really. I've not really been doing a lot. So yeah, share. Mm, share it on mine. Let me see here. Hello, John. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Uh, I'm just doing my thing here. You know, it is a very nice Wednesday afternoon out here in Oklahoma City. Um, uh, I always underestimate how many people are going to show up, so that's always fun. There we go. There we go. And there nope. Dang it. It's just one more. There we go. All right. So, yeah. Hello, Kale. How are you? Sounds busy writing. Yeah, that's always doing well. Yeah, it's a really fascinating read. I heard you and Philip Chase were gonna write it or read it. Sorry, not write it. And I was like, dang it, I should have waited to join up with them. But it's a really it's one of the most unique fantasy books that I've ever read, which is what a lot of people say, but it's true. It's really I mean, I'm not really I mean, it is very much like it's very much based on like gothic books, but it's a very unique fantasy book. It's about these strange, wacky characters in this bizarre labyrinthine castle called Gormenghast, which is why the series is called Gormenghast. Um, let me see. I got a notification on. Some my comment I left on. Friday is going to be fun because I am hoping, just hoping that I'm just hoping that John or not Josh, John gets uh, gets the thing to me. I am doing a chat with the Mittens. Hopefully this Friday. I was just editing it a little bit earlier, but I'm going to be talking to them about Discovery, which I read. It will have spoilers, so if you haven't read Discovery, you're going to have to read it and then come back. Though it's a bit all over the place, so, we don't give away the whole thing, but we give away a lot. So I would recommend reading it first before you do that. Indeed, yay the mittens. I'm just waiting for John to get me something. He said he'll probably get it to me today or tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. Um, um, I've not heard of this trilogy by this one man, Russell Kirkpatrick. So will he be on their celebration stream tomorrow night? I don't know. uh, Damn it, Britton. I have 3 books on the go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I even do a reading. Uh, but yes, no, I am doing my thing here. I also watched the Superman trailer earlier today. It was pretty good. Though the flying still looks kind of weird. So that's about kind of the only complaint I have about that. Do I have a TBR? Aslan says. Well, I am hoping after I finish The King of Elfland's Daughter, I am hoping to read Blood in the Mist because I'm trying to knock out some of my pre-Tolkien fantasies that I've been reading. I am hoping that me and my friend Robin from Only the Best Fantasy Novels, this is his favorite fantasy book of all time. I am hoping to read this with him. So I am going to read it, and then hopefully once I finish it, we'll have a conversation about it. And then after that, I'm going to be doing June on the Range, which is basically where during the month of June, a bunch of people led by one Michael K. Vaughn are going to be reading a bunch of westerns throughout the month of June. So that is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be reading a bunch of westerns in June. So it should be fun. And hopefully after that I can get to like a brief history of Seven Killings, which I've been hoping to get to throughout the year. What else? Oh, someone sent me a message on. Oh, it's my friend Tig. All right, yeah. But yes, I wouldn't say I have like a strict TBR, but there are books I'm hoping to get to before too long. So yeah, maybe some more Discworld books in the meantime, because well, I started the new series, the Discworld Files, with Derry, who is very kindly in the chat, and Raph, good friend of the channel, and hopefully I can get that. I can start reading some more Discworld books. But I have some other books on the horizon, so that's probably going to take a while. So yeah. And then after that, hopefully I'll finally start Malazan at some point in that smorgasbord of. Thank you, Liam, and welcome to the chat. Uh, but yeah, that's kind of much of what I'm reading right now, and hopefully what I'll be reading later. I am hoping to get through Titus Grown before the end of the month, because I really don't want it to drag out too long, because I've already dragged it out pretty long. But it's a really good book though. It could become a favorite if it's not careful. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm really digging it a lot. Not for the faint of heart, ladies and gentlemen. It is yeah, I just have a bunch of books and comics. I'm also hoping to read. I'm hoping to go through and complete Paper Girls this summer, the Brian K. Vaughan series about the time travel stuff. Um, really hoping I can get through that during the summer as well. Probably gonna do that either next month or the month after next. Not sure yet, because I'll probably be busy with June on the Range, and I'm also going to be doing a internship at a radio station. I won't say what it is for privacy reasons, but um, yeah, good people. Hoping that'll work out. But aside from that, I'll probably have a lot more time to read, so that'll be fun. Oh boy, who's that's good. I know. It's there's so many fantasy books out there, Derry. It's like I got a lot of things I'm doing. You know, I'm reading some pre-Tolkien fantasy. I'm reading some weird gothic fantasy here. I'm reading comics. It's bad. All right, it's bad. Oh yeah, and I'm going to be doing a reread of Sweet Tooth in June. I'm trying to um get that in order. I'm trying to find people, more people to do that with me, because, like, you know, sadly, I am not John or many of these bigger YouTubers who can just get a bunch of people to go like, "Here's this weird thing I found. You want to read it with me?" And people are gonna be like, "Yes, Senpai John, I'll do so." I mean, I love John. I simp over John all day, but nonetheless, I only have like 622 subscribers, and I love all of you. Don't get me wrong, I love you guys. You guys have come here to support me, and I love you guys for it. But yeah, it can be kind of tricky when you cover the weird shit that I cover on my channel. I mean, it's one of my favorite genres, so I try to rate it as much as I can, but I don't know. It's that's a good question. I try to read as widely as possible, so I don't really like because if I know that if I would um no one wants to read with you. I've experienced that. I'm sorry that hey man, I'm sorry that the wizard night did not work out, man. I was just not I hope I Samwise doesn't come in during this part, but like I just was not feeling it. I don't know. It's me and Gene Wolfe are just not seeing eye to eye right now. Yeah, I'll be a hardened Discworld veteran at some point, probably soon. But yeah, I'm leaning on Men at Arms because I'm like, ah man, I don't know if I want to read Color of Magic, but they do have the Color of Magic at my local bookshop, so I might get it. We'll see. We'll see. Not making any promises, but I heard it's kind of rough. So I know Mike was kind of like, what the fuck was that? Because he is just um why are you on Fantasy BookTube, John? What are you doing here? You're just wasting your time if you think that. I guess he just likes the people here. I mean, that's fair. I like John. He's kind of like Mac. He'll just leave these really long, like heartfelt comments. I'm just like, I don't know how to respond to any of this. It's just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I was talking about Mac, and their Mac appears. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I don't think I'll beat you or Raph in terms of Discworld fandom, but I am really looking forward to coming back. I mean, when we were doing that chat, I was like, man, I want to read Discworld now. I've got all these other books I'm reading. Like, damn it. Which I know, like, that's so bad. Like that's so terrible. It's just oh, I could just die from how bad that is. But no, it's true. I'm just like, oh my god. I'm just trying to. I have goals. I don't do TBRs, but I have goals. Like that's why I do my top 10 books I hope to read in 2020 whatever because um those are like goals for me. Those are like books I want to have read before the end of the year. And if you guys know, you guys have seen that I do not always complete those. I don't always complete them, but I try to get to them at the best pace that I can. I do agree with that. I definitely got that palate cleanser feeling when I was reading Guards. Not to say like it isn't like, well written, well done entertainment, but it's like it was a good like, I could just sit down, relax, have me a pint, and Diet Coke in this case because I don't drink a lot of alcohol. Nothing against it. I just don't have a very strong constitution for it. Even though I'm Irish, I'm part Irish, and I just have a terrible time with drinking. I'm terrible Irish. I'm terrible of Irish descent. Good luck with that, Alicia. It was a really good book, and after you read that, I highly recommend you watch the Discworld Files episode 1, where I team up with Raph and Derry, who are hardened Discworld readers, as they try to guide the little grasshopper that is me through the world of Sir Terry Pratchett. I had a lot of fun. But I had a lot of fun making that episode. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really hoping we can get together again. It's more of a Vimes fan than Carrot, but Carrot's a lot of fun. I enjoy him. Seasoned, Britain, seasoned. that yeah, nah. You know what? I'll say seasoned because anyway. I put that up. I was like, that was like not long. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Tharnall, I guess, thought we streamed it, and he's like, "Man, I'm so sorry I missed this. I am so sad." And he just, where is Tharnall, by the way? He's usually here when I do these things. And Nicole's bookish Nook watched it, even though we spoiled the whole thing. I'm just like, bro, we just spoiled the whole thing. I hope you read this. And she just goes, I haven't read this one yet, but I don't mind spoilers. How? How do you do what you do? As Daniel Green would put it. Shadia is here. Hello, Shadia. How are you? We were just talking about fantasy stuff, as you tend to do on. Oh yeah, and All the Sinners Bleed. I'm hoping to do that book in sometime during the summer. I was going to do it in June, but June on the Range I think is probably going to take over my reading for the month. So yeah, I'm just going to be reading a shitload of westerns throughout the month. Was there another stream earlier that keeps saying hello? Derry keeps saying hello again to some people. Was there a stream? Was there another stream going on before mine? Is that what this is? Very likely, but we'll see. I really enjoyed that Pratchett stream. Thank you. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun making it. It took a minute for us to get it together because I mean, not really, any problem. Actually, I am. I'm going to read. I'm actually going to finish off the Border trilogy with Cities of the Plain in June. So yeah, I am actually. That's funny you brought that. Oh really? Huh? I was actually just talking to him earlier. I was asking him what his accent was because I was watching him and Joanna's video yesterday, and I was listening really hard. I'm like, is he Irish or Scottish? I can't tell. And he was kind of sounding like AP Canavan for a minute, and I was joking with him about that, and he's just like, well, I am incredibly intelligent, so yeah, I had me a good laugh on that one. So yeah, actually hoping to have David on my podcast sometime soon, but he's all the way out in freaking Kuwait. I have two Kuwaiti friends now. Two of them. It's ridiculous. The one technically isn't from Kuwait. He's just, I think he's like a. It's just like, oh my God. I think my favorite scene was probably. My favorite scene was when Vimes holds off the mob with the dragon and does the whole Dirty Harry routine. That was a good one. That was probably my favorite part. It was a really good video, by the way. Yeah, it was. What was funny was I actually recorded a similar kind of video with my friend Micah of the words between world between the words is what he's called now. He hasn't really posted in a long time. Fellow Aussie. Um, but for some freaking reason, his audio just was crap. So we were gonna put it off and do it another time, and it just hasn't happened yet. So yeah, hopefully we can get that together someday. But then I saw Joanna and David do it, and I was like, damn, I was gonna do that. And so yeah, I was not pleased about that. Well, I was not pleased about my video not coming together, not them making a video. They can make a video, it's fine. I think my favorite carrot moment is when he shames the dwarves into like, he busts into the bar and he's like, "Hey, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? This is not what elves are supposed to be. All right? You should be ashamed of yourselves. What are your mothers gonna think?" And then they start crying. It's so good. So good. I'm like, I'm coming to Discworld stand now. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh man. But yeah, it's what's neat about Discworld is that there's like sub series within the series, so you can kind of just jump around. I just went with Guards because most of the people I've met are like you could start there and you'll do fine, and that has worked out for me. I mean, I dug the shit out of Guards. So there you go. And they're selling it at my bookstore now. So yeah, you know what, guys? Fuck all of you for for you just I hate it. Well, Mac, if you liked the Discworld stuff, you should watch my new show, The Discworld Files. I think you'll enjoy it. There's another one of those cases, kind of like with the Mittens. Once I started talking, it just completely went off the rails in the best way possible, and I enjoyed a lot of it because Raph and Derry are very knowledgeable about Discworld, very passionate about it. At least Derry is. And Raph pulls a disappearing act during the middle of it, so it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing it. I hope to do it again. Um, I've seen there's one of the books called Moving Pictures because apparently Terry Pratchett is one of those fantasy authors who's like, I'm going to move my fantasy world into a sort of modern era. And every time I see the term moving pictures, I can't help but think that's a Rush reference because, the Rush album, Moving Pictures, which is one of their great albums, I would dare say. Probably the greatest album they ever made that isn't, 2112. If there's an episode one, Britain, there has to be an episode two. There will be. I will say there will be because I am in. I'm like, all right, I'm down. I'm down with the business of Discworld. I'm probably gonna have to get Men at Arms from Amazon because I can't find it in any of my local bookstores because they're freaking jerks. I'm kidding, they're great people. Most of the it's kind of funny. Like most of the people at my local bookshops know me now because I go there a lot, and they're just like, "Oh, hey, Brendan, how you doing?" Also, I've also gone to classes with a few of them, and they work there. It's just like, okay, that's fascinating. Um, uh, yeah, they're great. I enjoy them a lot. Um, thanks, Zach. How you doing, man? We're just talking about you just recently got Discovery in the mail, didn't you? Like, didn't you recently get Discovery in the mail? Hope you're feeling better. I thought I saw in one of your videos you got like sick or something. Oh man. But yeah, no, Discworld is it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I enjoyed it. Um, yeah, so I'm leaning on Men at Arms, but I'm like, I might just get Color of Magic out of the way because hey, it might surprise me. I don't know. But again, I have heard it's a bit rough, and I have some friends who genuinely despise that stuff. So yeah, he is on Instagram, Derry. He is on Instagram. Can't find him there. That's how me and him usually talk. Um, yeah. Now I just need to read the Hobbes books and then get Darion on a book called The Robin Hobb Files. I'm probably not going to call it that. That's probably going to stick with this world. But I'll get her on for like a Robin Hobb series. Um and then we'll just talk about all the books cuz I'm like, you know what? I have a wealth of knowledge. She has a wealth of knowledge about live ship traders, not live ship traders, just the whole thing that is the realm of the elderlings is what it's called. I don't know, but I'll get Darion and we'll talk about all the books. Probably will take a while because I have a bunch of other series I want to get to before that. But um, oh, that's cool. Well, good luck, Mac. Have a great time doing your Norway National Day and Constitution Day. You have a good rest of your day slash evening. I don't know what time it is out there in Norway. So yeah. Um. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm just I thought about doing that for Malazan as well, but I'm like, oh man, I don't want to. Too much. That's too much. I might just do. I do have an idea for like a skit for a Malazan video that I would like to do if I do a Malazan review sometime during the year. We'll see, but that would be a lot of fun. I enjoy. I enjoy. That would be something I'd like to do. It's just it would be a little ambitious, and I don't know if I could get all the people together that I would like to do that. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yes, I'm trying to knock out a lot of the like real famous fantasy series that a lot of people love to talk about on BookTube this year, like Discworld and Malazan. I mean, I'm not going to read all of them this year, but I'm at least going to get started on them. I want to taste test them at least. Discworld was pretty successful, if you could gather. We're talking about Discworld now. Also, Aslan, I would recommend starting with Guards first because that's where I started. So totally not biased at all. Um, but yeah. That's true. That's true. I'm always self-conscious about asking people stuff. Like the other day I was like, oh man, like there's something. There's some people I'm hoping to have back on the podcast at some point soon. I'm always like, oh man, I don't want to like put more on their plate and all that. And then I'm like, well, just ask, right? Um, yeah, I've thought about bouncing around a little bit. Maybe start with death because I'm like, I'm really fascinated with death. And despite the fact I'm not a fan of the name Banky, I'm like, I think you're trying a little too. I think you're reaching a little too hard there, Terry. I would like to try it because I know a lot of people really love the death stuff. So I would love to do death stuff. Though death shows up briefly in guards. So there you go. Maybe we should get Shay on next time for some of the next Discworld Files episodes. But I was trying not to go too hard on the disc. I was trying to go like, who are the two biggest fans of Discworld that I know? Well, Derry and Raph. So I'll just get them on. Also, won't be as much of a hassle getting them together. It is freaking hot in here. So sorry if you hear the fan going off. I would have gotten Alan, but I think he's a bit above my pay grade in terms of like booktube. So also it would have been pretty hard wrangling him. It's been like, hey Alan, so you want to come on the show? And then he like doesn't answer me because he gets like 50 comments a day or something. I mean, it would be fun to have Alan on. I'm sure he would go off on why he thinks Sam Vimes is a hero. Oh no. Oh no. I'm sorry, Alan. I don't hate you. I'm fond of your channel. I'm not sure, man. I mean, I'm sure you would love to come on, my channel, talk Discworld. We haven't really like talked that much. But no, that's true. I forgot about Alan. I mean, I didn't forget about Alan, but I was like, I don't know if I could get Alan though. I'd have to go through like representatives to get Alan on. I'm kidding, by the way. I, I'm being slightly facetious, of course. I also watched Tori's video the other day and just got really sad at all the series she's not continuing. I thought she was going to mention Fafhrd the Grey Mouser because she was, going off on how much she didn't like Fafhrd the Grey Mouser. She did not. She did not. You know what? Maybe you know what? You know what? I might try in the future see if I can get him on for the Discworld Files, at least on um the guards, the City Watch books, because I know he loves Sam Vimes. Someday, maybe. Someday. I would like to get him on the podcast first before I start collaborating with them on anything. But yes. Yeah, exactly. He's also busy, so I don't want to be like, hey, I know you're having another kid soon. Want to come on my channel to talk some books? I'll just be like, I'd love to, but I can't. I don't know. That was a bad impersonation. I'm so sorry. Thank you again for all the congrats. It was stressful, man. Like you might think, oh, you're in college, you're doing stuff you like doing. It's stressful. I had to do, oh, what's it called now? I'm forgetting already. It's called Capstone. Basically, I had to create a freaking website for like my work. I had to present said website in front of people, in front of like serious professionals. It was serious. I was just like, are you for real, man? I'm just it's kind of funny. I see a lot of parts of me in Alan too. When you'll be done. Actually, after I do my internship, which will start next week, and that'll probably end during the summer months. I think maybe early August. I'm not sure yet, or maybe late August. I'm not entirely sure. But after that, I have a semester for my creative writing minor, clean all that stuff out, and then I'll be done. So yeah, college student no more. I'll have to go out into that dark, depraved sometimes wonderful, sometimes awfully strange, bizarre place that we call the real world, whatever the hell that means. Um, yeah. I mean, it would be fun to see Raph, Derry, and Alan start like talking about just start ranting about Discworld. I mean, that would be fun. It's a lot. It's a lot. Right? My dad's always like, "Well, you know, the real world can be mean, son." And I'm like, "Dad, you're not making me real excited about going out there in the world." Jeez. And I'm like, you know, I see some of my friends kind of hanging out and doing their little booktube thing and doing their jobs, and they actually look like they're doing fine. So you know what? I'll take my chances. I love you, Dad. Oh, Book Lounge is here. Hello. It's going pretty good so far. It's been a good day. Um been a good day. Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, my dad, I love my dad. He's a great guy. I did have him on to talk about um yeah, I was about to say, oh man, that would be exactly what would happen, which is like why which is why I I that was another reason I was kind of hesitant to get Allen on, despite the fact he's very big and it's really hard to pin him down. But like, oh man, I didn't want I could deal with Raph and Derry going on tangents because I'm like, okay, cool. But like if the three of them went on tangents, I would be fumbling, just be fumbling around. It would be pretty fun seeing Alan and Raph debate about politics. That would be fun. That would be fun to watch. Um, Hopefully, it won't get like bad, but it would be fun to watch. At least in theory, it would be. Exactly. Yeah. That's it. I'd just be sitting there like, go nuts. Go nuts. Like with Raph and Derry, I could go like, I was reading these parts and I was like, saucy. But like if it were the three of them, oh, good luck. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. I thought you did. I thought we did a pretty good job keeping it just to guards, but there were some tangents about some of the other books that would come later, which is fine. They didn't really spoil anything about them, but yeah, I have to find. I don't know where Alan is. I mean, he often talks about virtue and you know people being consistent with their principles, which is something I worry about too. Let me see. Who else is? Well, I don't think Raph is a Marxist. I mean, I know he has the show called Monthly Marxist Malcontent, but like I talked to him and he's like, I wouldn't say I'm a. If I recall what he said to me, slight paraphrase, but he's like, I don't really follow ideology to the T or something like that. Um, oh no, I wouldn't think that Alan would be a very I don't know where Alan stands really. He's kind of where I'm at, where I'm just kind of pissed off at the system in general. I'm just like, this is so bad. There's a line I read from Joe Abercrombie the other day. Noted aphorist Joe Abercrombie. And let me actually find it because I added it on my Goodreads quotes list because I like adding to that from time to time. Um, uh, Joe Abercrombie, probably the best aphorist since uh, Oh, yes, this is what he says. Believe it or not, we all want what's best. The root of the world's ills is that no one can agree on what it is. And I'm like, that's so true. So true, Joe. We got ourselves a regular Nietzsche running around, at least in terms of how ridiculously good he is at coming up with, nice sayings, if you will. Yeah, I mean, I have gotten to meet the patrician so far. He's an interesting character. Him and Vimes don't really see eye to eye on a lot of things. But of course, desperate times does call for desperate measures, and sometimes it's just how it is. Oh boy. Yeah, a lot of people don't bring that up as much. He is a solid wordsmith. He is very good at he's good at creating he's good at evoking an atmosphere. I don't hear as many people say that. That and like some of the political social commentary and satire. Um, because people are like, oh, the characters, and the characters are great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like shitting on people who are saying like the characters are good. They're right, but I think there are some things in Abercrombie that people don't always see. They can be kind of irritating to me. Um, Speaking of Abercrombie, his new book came out. I was actually looking for it at my local bookshop yesterday. They did not have it in yet, I guess. So don't know. Okay, fine. I won't say it's the most like subtle and sophisticated social commentary out there, but it is there, people. I know what you mean about the constant pessimism. I don't know if I would fall in with where Abercrombie falls, which is kind of there isn't really anything you can do. The system will crush you. Very much like The Wire, except there's a lot more like humor in it, if you will. It's kind of like a Dickensian The Wire, which is kind of funny because um, The Wire is called Dickensian even by themselves. They call themselves Dickensian, which is pretty funny. But I kind of view a lot of the themes in the first law as very similar to the ones in stuff like The Wire, which is that you can't beat the system. System brings you down. You can't fight it, and bureaucracy is killing us, and all that fun stuff. You know what it kind of reminds me of? Has any of you ever seen the movie Brazil from Terry Gilliam? It kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Not necessarily the it's not quite as madcap. Oh, see you later, Shadia, and feel better. So feel better from that. Um, I don't know if anyone has ever seen. There's good people in Abercrombie too. Like Henry West is a decent person. I mean, he does make some really bad choices, but he is a good person at heart. There are good people. They're not treated very nicely, but they exist. Um, and also the fact he also uh, talks about unpleasant characters in general. So there's also the. But yeah, no, I get it. I'm not. There's yeah, that's one thing I disagreed with Raph about. It's um or some other good people. Temple in Red Country. It's a good person, and he actually makes out pretty okay towards the end. I think it's the world of the first law that's such a hellhole, really, if you think about it. I don't think it's necessarily the people, though it is also the people. People are fucking awful. But yeah, Giselle does, but he well, without spoiling it, it's once again, going back to that theme, the system stifles you at every turn. That's kind of what happens to Giselle. Um, you know, can't. But going back to what I was comparing it to, I don't know if any of you have ever seen Brazil, the Terry Gilliam movie. It has Robert De Niro's in it for a brief period. Jonathan Pryce is in it. Very good movie, very famous movie. It's not as madcap as that film is, but the dystopia kind of reminds me a little bit of the first one. Um, it's kind of like if Baez had his way and managed to keep going to the modern age, like Brazil is kind of what I think it would look like. Just this bureaucratic, you know, nightmare. This just obstructive, bureaucratic nightmare world, pretty much what I would think would happen. Because like he basically, kind of takes over the world by, just straight bureaucracy that protects itself. Well, the other guy on the other side, I'm forgetting his name at the moment, is he's basically becomes like a religious figure, kind of like Jesus, not Jesus, kind of like a Muhammad figure is what I would say. Though again, my knowledge of Islam is very limited, so you can take that with a grain of salt. Um, yeah, exactly. Oh God, yes, Marvel is great. There's a little otter that shows up, and it turns out it was actually Wolverine the whole time. It was the whole time that was Wolverine. Wolverine started out as an otter, you know. Great time. Yeah, it's kind of funny when you think about it because it just turned out to be a waste of time. And if they hadn't left, they could have figured it out, earlier. You know, fun times, fun times. I enjoyed that. Well, no, and I think that's actually something I enjoy about it. That's the thing I really liked about the like last 100 pages of um, Last Argument of Kings. There is nothing you can do, because the main baddie basically he won. He got everything he wanted. You can't do a thing to him, and he's basically like a personification of the system. Like there's nothing you can do to him. He is already powerful enough as it is. He'll crush you. You know. There's so many books I can read, before I up and die. I'm sure I'll turn it back on. It's freaking hot here. I had someone the other day say I don't usually hear Britain. That is true. That is true. I forgot about that. And it's like the only person I can see actually standing up to Baez and putting up a fight would be like Logan. But like Logan is so just like doing his own thing over there. And he is actually the only one who stands up to Baez and gets away with it because, like, Baez can't do shit to him. He'll just fucking murder him if he wanted to. I mean, I'm sure that Baez probably planned ahead. And one of my theories is that he actually had a hand in the in what happens to Logan at the end. Though, it's pretty obvious that Logan kind of brought that on himself. But I do think, considering how far ahead Baez tends to think, I do think he had something to do with it. I would be shocked if he didn't. But of course, it's never said because Joe Abercrombie doesn't like to spell out everything. Um, I've only read towards Best Served Cold, which, if I recall, I liked. I do think that Joe was kind of. Yeah, that's true. Probably it would probably have to catch Baez by surprise or something, but that would be very hard because he's pretty powerful as it is. We're just spoiling the first law. Wow, yeah. So, yeah. I know you guys want me to read Dungeon Crawler Carl, but I'm just telling you, man. These lit RPGs, it just makes me want to play a video game. Nothing wrong with them. I'm fine with them as a concept, but they they tend to make me want to play a video game, or at least when I hear about them in concept. I haven't actually read a read. It's not bad. There's some really good like theme and characterization stuff in Best Served Cold. I think it has some of his best characters. Like I think Morveer's a riot, but um, but it does kind of feel like Joe is repeating himself a little bit. Just in terms of, okay, you already kind of got through that in the first Law trilogy. I thought you were going to do something, I thought you would at least try to vary on your theme there. I do hear he does kind of. I hear the Heroes is one of Joe's best books. I haven't read it yet, but I've heard it's one of his best. So I'll have to get to that soon. I've thought about reading that, and I've seen like covers at like local bookshops that I've been to, and they actually look good. They look good. I just haven't tried them yet. I heard someone compare it to Baz Lag, which I'm like, ooh, we do need more Baz Lag like books in our world. I do think so, but well, if you've read those, I'd highly recommend you read Baz Lag by China Mieville. Well, the first two books. I thought the third one was a bit disappointing. Excellent. Say no more. I will add it to my list. My ever expanding, ever growing list of books. So many goddamn books. Sorry, God. Forgive me. So, yeah. I don't know where to start with Tchaikovsky because that dude's like Brandon Sanderson. Dude freaking cranks them out like it's going out of style. I don't get it. Dude just freaking cranks them. He's like he has that like Stephen King, Brando Sando pace. I'm just like, dude, how do you freaking do that? Like it's insane. Um, but yeah, no, I haven't read those yet. I want to. You know how many books I want to read? It's a lot. Ew. Ah, yeah. Um, but yeah, I hear Dungeon Crawler Carl's good. A lot of people really like the audiobooks, so I suppose I'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, I did see Tori's video yesterday that she made about series she's quitting, and as it sometimes happens, I disagreed with some of her choices. Now I get with the first loss, she's just kind of like, oh yeah, whatever. Like she didn't really like the ending. Like we've already kind of talked about that, but um, there were some of them that I was kind of like, man, you're missing out. Like Dark Tower, for instance, she was like, oh man, the first book was good. I'm like, guy, the first book, like, it's not technically a first book. Like, if you really want to, just you could read the Drawing of the Three and go nuts, and you could just start there if you wanted to. But like, I would at least try the drawing of the 3, and if you still don't like it, then fine. She gave it a fair shot. She did what she could. But yeah, I was just kind of irritated at that a little bit, as I often am. I often get irritated at some book takes, and again, not because I can't stand when someone disagrees with me. It's just it can sometimes be frustrating because there's this beauty that I see that many other people just don't, and it kind of drives me nuts. Speaking of that, I kind of wish I was like Jimmy Nuts, and just be super chill about all that. You're just kind of not there yet. I'm too passionate about this stuff. I wish I could be as diplomatic as Jimmy is, but it just hasn't happened yet. Yeah, I guess so, but it's not even that bad. Like it's not even like, Grant Morrison at his most meta. Like Grant Morrison gets really fucking weird. But anyway. I mean, I think she would love the quartet though. I think she would love the quartet, you know. Because that's basically a magical Motley Crew. You should have just told her that. I'm just, if she doesn't want to read them, she don't want to read it. Fine. There were some other books she didn't want to read. I mean, First Law I get because it's like, yeah, I can see how some people felt ripped off by the ending. I mean, I love it. I think the final 100 pages of Last Argument of Kings is like one of the best examples of like dread that I've ever read in a book because just slow strangulation of hope just getting strangled out of you, brilliantly done, I think. But I know a lot of people won't like that, and I mean, it's fair. I get that. It's not. That's true. Yeah, it's um. Oh man, what were some other? I mean, you know what? I'm gonna look. Or she said she wasn't gonna read Earthsea, which I have no opinion on because I've not read Earthsea. I do want to get that omnibus of Earthsea with that Charles Vess artwork because I really like Charles Vess. He illustrated some of my favorite issues of the Sandman, including what is probably my favorite single issue of that whole series, Midsummer's Night Dream, which is the Shakespeare one, um, which is great, by the way. You should, I mean, I say whatever you want about Neil Gaiman, but that was a great issue. Um, but yeah, no, I would like to. Um, I get that. Like I said, I get why people don't like that ending. I get it. I'm not gonna act like, oh, like how do they not see it? I get it. I get why people don't like. There's some people who don't like it. It's definitely, you know, kind of the how do I put it? I get it can kind of feel like a ripoff to some people. What do you mean by that, John? Explain yourself. Yeah, I mean, Wes really got raw dogged by the ending of got really raw dogged by Abercrombie. Yeah, he got fucked over so hard. I think she actually DNF'd um Dungeon Crawler Carl. She thought it was like too perverted or something, if I recall right. I'm you totally correct me if I'm wrong, Tori. Speaking of Tori, by the way, I read her book Phased, and I thought it was a really, really good book. I was surprised how much I enjoyed that book. I knew I would probably like it. I thought well, it's kind of a teen drama. Okay, I can deal with that. If it's well written. I wasn't expect. Like she gets really, you know, she gets pretty heavy. I'm just saying. So, but did he though? But did Logan change? That's the thing. Because I think the whole point of his journey is that he hasn't changed, not as much as he would like to think. But anyway, um, yeah, I'm like, man, Tori, you really went off on like, systematic abuse and overcoming that with connecting with people. And it's like, damn, dude, like we're going pretty hard, you know. But yeah, no. Anyway, it's it's really what else? What else? What else? But yeah, I saw that video and I was just like, all right, cool, cool, cool. Um, yeah, I mean it's a good ending. I think, or at least I think it was an appropriate ending. I don't think that if they managed to defeat Baez and overcome everything or whatever, I don't think it would have worked as well. You know, in my opinion. Yes, yes, it does. She gave me an e-arc actually, which I'm hoping maybe I can sneak into my June on the Range because it is technically a western, but I am not sure yet if I'll be able to do that because I have a bunch of other books I'm hoping to read during June on the Range. So yeah, here's hoping it goes well. Um, what books are you gonna read for June on the Range? That is a good question. Cities on the Plain for one, because I was going to complete kind of doing my routine of what I've been doing. 2 years ago, I read All the Pretty Horses, which I really liked. Then I read The Crossing last year, which I also liked, but my God, it was dark. And I'm hoping to read Cities of the Plain this year, hopefully on June on the Range. So I'm hoping to read that. I'm hoping to read The Sisters Brothers. So this book right here, really hoping to get to that because I've heard this is actually quite good. So hoping to read that. Here it is. Hoping to read this book, All God's Children, by an acquaintance of mine named Aaron Gwynn, runs, who's probably like the most knowledgeable guy about um, Cormac McCarthy that I have ever met. So there you go. I'm hoping to read his book because um, it's quite good, or it looks good, and he's a good guy. I enjoy him a lot. So I am also hoping to reread True Grit because I like True Grit, and I haven't read it in a while, so I'm hoping to reread it soon. I have not seen City Slickers, and maybe hopefully, Cold Silver for Souls, if it's possible. I'm hoping to get to it. Let me actually look it up. I think I made a list of it a few months ago. Oh no, that was it. That was all I had for June. All right. So yeah, those are the main like four I'm hoping to read during the June on the Range. Hopefully it'll go well. But no, Derry, I have not seen City Slickers. That sounds familiar though. Isn't that the Mel Gibson movie where he plays the gambler? Possible. Yeah, I just need to finish these three books first. Oh, Well, not the whole big book that I have, but just like a part of it. So yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see. I'd have to get it for then. How fast do I read? It depends. If there's a lot going on, I tend to read slower. So I haven't really gotten a lot of reading done as of late. But if I'm at a reasonable pace and nothing's really I can kind of deal with stuff and nothing really's going on, I tend to read pretty fast. So it depends really. I tend to fancy myself a fast reader, but man, when I get bogged down in a book, I get bogged. So there you go. That's my answer for that. Like I said, possible. It's possible. I make no promises. Oh, then no, I've not heard of this. Oh man. Um, yeah. I was actually rewatching some Deadwood recently. Man, it sucks that show got canceled. It's kind of funny. I know that Tori loves Young Guns. I've never seen Young Guns. I've seen a lot of good westerns in my time. My favorite is Once Upon a Time in the West because that's just a perfect film as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, it was a good movie. I watched it some years ago and I liked it a lot. I thought it was really good. It was a nice wrap up of everything. It was a nice like here's all they're doing in the last couple of years. So yeah, it was good. Yep, Al Swearingen is definitely one of my favorite. It's definitely one of my favorite characters in TV. Anyway, I'm um, quite fond of Al Swearingen as a character. Interesting. I mean, Tombstone's great. I love Tombstone. It's like the last classic western, really. Think about it. Um, I like the Dollars trilogy a lot, though. Of course, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is the best one. It's kind of like Once Upon a Time. It is long, yes, it does kind of meander, but man, it comes together in such a perfect way. I think. Also, The Searchers is really good, even though it has aged a bit. But it was made in the '50s, so it's kind of given. Oh, for sure, yeah. I did. I saw the teaser for it. It looks good actually. I was kind of surprised. I was like, "What? Why? Why are they doing this?" And I mean, I like Nicolas Cage quite a bit, but I was kind of like, "Man, would you at least worry about making the last movie first before you worry about spinoffs?" Um, but yeah, it didn't look that bad, Derry. Don't worry. It might be good. Hold on here. Yes, because it does look like she's in danger. And also, there are stupid people in this world. Good lord, you don't like Nicolas Cage? You don't? Oh man, he's great. At least when he's not like super hammy, and he's a lot of fun when he's super hammy. But he's not super hammy. He's actually very good. So there you go. I did mention the new Superman trailer came out. I haven't really picked my Superman thing. I did want to watch the animated show again before the Superman movie, so I'm probably gonna do that. I don't know when, but I'm hoping to do that soon. And then after that, maybe I'll try. And then maybe after that, I'll try maybe like Superman Birthright or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll ask Zach if he can give me you know what? I'll just shut my mouth for right now. I won't say much more. Zach, you and I should talk after this is over. That's interesting. I kind of think that reading a book is a little more because it requires a lot more brain power. I think to read more than watching a film. Not saying one is better than the other, but that's just kind of how I think. Because like with a movie, you can see what's going on. You know, in a book, you kind of have to imagine what it looks like in a way. Well, not in a way. That sounds familiar. Yes, there is a cat. The august Miss Jerry, judge of all things. The judge of all things fair. Yes, come here. She likes to sit on my books, on my reading pile. Yep. She's like, let go of me, human. All right. She's like, nope, I'm done with you. Kitty, there is an open door right there. Why do you want to go out that way? I guess she wants to go to my room. Kill me. Cats are so fickle. Yes, I got her from an old friend of mine. She is one of my loves. Oh, I thought he said ladies and lassies. I'm like, what? You know, it was probably a bad idea to get John to do something on the week that his book was coming out. Maybe I should have waited. Yeah. Hopefully, he'll get it done soon. He said he'll probably get it to me today. So we'll see. We'll see. Excuse me. This is true. That's a good point. That's a good point. They're just like, she's just like, no. Oh my God, she's not coming back in here, is she? She's like, are you talking shit about me? No, I just heard her ring her bell. She probably couldn't hear that. I That was bad call. Yeah, that was bad call, buddy. Yeah, it's just oh, man. Oh, damn it. Uh, yes, do it.
Yeah, spooky.
Now, what else is going on in the YouTube sphere today? Oh boy. I'm really one of my hopes for my podcast. I'll just share it with you guys right now because there's not a lot of people. But I would like to have Mike from Mike's Book Reviews on my channel at when I get to 150, which will be a very long time from now because I'm at like 126 right now. But I would like to get him on for 150. Can I do threat sing? Do you mean throat singing? I don't think I can. I would probably damage my throat in the attempt, so no, I cannot. But then again, I have I've done a lot of things I didn't think I could do. So maybe. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. I was about to say. Yeah. It was that sounds more like metal though. Sorry guys. Yeah, but like I publicly disagreed with him a couple times, and I'm like, I hope he's not like mad about it. But he's been pretty chill when I've talked to him, so maybe not. Probably fine. But I would like to have him on for episode 150. I tried to have him on earlier, but it just didn't work out. It just wasn't working. Slay would like my throat singing. Yeah, probably. Yeah, he's a big metal fan. We've listened to some dark metal in some of our late night chats. I miss those. Ever since Slay got a job, he hasn't been around so much. It's been sad. Just like, no, but we were doing things. Take care, Derry. You have a good rest of your day/evening. What time is it in New Zealand? Hmm. I knew what you were getting at, Zach. At least I think you. I thought that's what you meant. It's all good. But you know what, Derry? You do what you got to do. And hey, I'll still be here. So if you come back and I'm still streaming, come back in. Say hello. I don't bite, as you can tell. There are a couple nonfiction books I want to read. There's one called Difficult Men I would like to read, which is a book about TV shows that I really like The Sopranos and Breaking Bad and The Shield. So, kind of in that, which is where the title comes from. It's about difficult men or difficult men shows. There's another one that a friend of mine gave me that I've been really trying to read for a while. I just haven't had a lot of time to like sit down and read it, and that is The Jazz Ear by Ben Ratliff, who wrote the excellent book, Coltrane's Story of a Sound. I'm a big jazz fan, so I really want to get to this as soon as I possibly can because, well, I think Ben Ratliff is very good at getting to the core of an issue. Or at least he's good at reading, or he's good at like explaining the heart of something, like jazz, for instance. Yeah, I just need to find the time to sit down and read this thing. So yeah, The Jazz Ear, Conversations Over Music. And also Coltrane's Story of the Sound is a fantastic book. I'll grab my copy real quick. Actually, I think he gave me both of them. I don't, or maybe I bought this one. I don't remember. But yeah, this book, Coltrane's Story of the Sound, it's really good. Um, it's like if you're a Coltrane fan, you'll dig it. Ah, fantastic. All right, yeah. I did give him a book for Christmas that was a memoir of a jazz musician, so that was really cool. Glad I could do that for him. This is my favorite jazz composer. Well, I won't be too obvious and say Miles Davis because again, I don't know if he was a composer. I think he was, but I will say really love Bill Evans quite a bit, who did play with Miles Davis. He has some really wonderful compositions, I think. And he also helped make one of my favorite jazz songs of all time, which is Blue and Green, which is from Kind of Blue, which is my favorite Miles Davis album. I know it's kind of a typical pick, but it's so good. So good. It's just I would play it, but I might get copyrighted, so yeah, I don't want that to happen. Oh boy, not the silly raccoon book. Grant Green's really good too. I like Grant Green a lot. I think he's underrated, actually. Him and I Quebec did some really good stuff together. Blue and Sentimental, I think, is a really good album. Another underrated one. It's they don't get as much love as like a Miles Davis or John Coltrane or Herbie Hancock. Good as they are, but yeah, I do like Miles Davis quite a bit. Oh, that silly raccoon book. Oh boy. Yeah, it's. I need to pick that up. Zach saw my snob tag the other day. He was like, "Oh, really? You don't like the self help books? You should read Jenny Lawson." I was like, "Who's that?" And then he showed me. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I've seen that book in my local bookshop. I'll have to pick that up someday. I will. We'll see." The thing is, though, I don't like taxidermy. I don't. I don't like tax. It's creepy as hell. I mean, if you like taxidermy, that's your business. That's fine. I'm not judging you. I'm just not a fan. I think it's creepy. Or at least I'm creeped out by it. I thought at first, Zach, I thought Zach, I thought at first you were talking about beneath the trees where nobody sees, but I'm like, that's not a raccoon. It's like a bear person. It's one of them. It's like tied between rock and hip hop. I really like all three of those. So yeah, I'm a big fan of I'd say one of them. It's one of them for sure. I also like a lot of prog rock as well. Like, my favorite rock band, Pink Floyd. I have several. Um, well, I can't say if it's a good book or not because I haven't read it yet, but it is by Ben Ratliff, who is a good writer as far as I remember. So give it a look. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy it a lot. Who is my favorite rock band? It is Pink Floyd. Yeah. So, um, Dark Side of the Moon is probably my favorite album of all time. So yeah, it's one I listen to, if not every year, then like every 6 months. Every several months, I'll be like, I gotta listen to it again, and it's awesome. I've seen a couple of Pink Floyd cover bands who are really good. I even have a T-shirt from one of them because, well, if you guys couldn't tell, I like T-shirts a lot. Um, you and my dad would get along. He loves "Hey You" by Pink Floyd. It is a really good song. So I was kind of half expecting him to bust in and start singing "Hey You" because he's done that. Though my live button's on, so you probably wouldn't do that at the moment. Yeah, those kind of the only nonfiction books I'm considering reading this year. Let's see. I know what you mean though. I should read more nonfiction myself. Um, oh, a Batman book shirt. I'll have to find that. I'll have to find that. Oh yeah, I probably should pick that up. It's really weird for me to pick up like superhero books. I mean, I have read them. I mean, I have read the Hybrid Helix from Joe, but like it's still weird to me because like I think when I think of superheroes, I think of comic books. You know, I think of the movies. I think of the visual medium. Not that there's anything wrong with superhero novels. It's just a me thing where I'm just kind of weirded out by the you know. Maybe I'll pick it up because I really love Batman '89. I think it's a one of the great superhero movies of all time. Funnily enough, of course, the first tweet I look at is from Joe talking about I do not have romantic sparring scenes between Rohan and Tamara. Don't know who Tamara is, probably referencing later books, but you know, it is what it is. He's Jesus fucking Christ. The You know what? I'm gonna go on one of my Alan rants about how people are freaking stupid, and the media literacy right now is fucking terrible. Just full blown awful. We have some freaking idiots running around on Twitter. Just the retardation, pardon my language, of some of the people who are on freaking Twitter who can't understand the like who can't understand the point of a scene is absolutely astounding. It is just it's insane. I'm looking at people nitpicking the fucking Superman trailer right now, and it's my brain is hurting, guys. My brain hurts. Sorry, I didn't mean to use that word. Okay, fine. I'll use a different word. I'll use a different word. Don't take that out of context, people. But nonetheless, the stupidity of people is ridiculous. It's just, oh man, it's, oh my god, it's, uh, like people are like, oh, he's yelling at Lois. He's he's not yelling. He's just trying to explain his situation. He's getting emotional, but he's not like angry. He's just like he's getting a little frustrated, but he's trying to explain himself because damn it, that's the right thing to do. I did the right thing. Why am I being punished for it? It's one of those situations. You know, so stupid. It's just we have a freaking brain dead generation here. It's just, ugh. I thought I'd be older before I start, making those rants about how stupid people are. But yeah, we're at it. People are dumb. People are really, really dumb. And people who are like, "Oh, Zack Snyder did this." Zack Snyder does not understand Superman. I'm just gonna flat out say it. I've said it before, and I'm not even that big of a Superman fan. He sucks. He sucks at explaining Superman. Like his Superman take is so bad. It's I'm tired of the freaking Snyder Bros, man. So tired of it because one, the Snyderverse is over. Thank God it's over because my God, that was a weird ass take on the DC universe if I've ever seen it. But the fact that some of these people are just going out of the way to shit on things that are like meant to be lighthearted and happy, like what the hell is wrong with you people? It's it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Just the mental gymnastics people have to do in order to not like something. There are even people who are like giving this movie a chance who are just are like, "Oh, why is he yelling at her?" He's not. He's trying not to get angry. Did you watch the same trailer that I did? Because I just saw it like 2 hours ago and I understood what was going on. If you can't understand what's going on, buddy, I can't help you. I really, really can't. If if you've ever gotten frustrated before because someone is trying to stifle you from doing what you think is right, then you'll definitely understand what Superman's going through. I definitely did. But some of these people just want to be freaking contrarians, just want to be find whatever reason is possible to hate on this freaking movie, even though it hasn't even freaking come out yet. I don't know why I'm saying that so much. It's it's asinine. It is absolutely asinine. It's ridiculous. Oh, don't even get me started on that. Don't even get me started on that. Even when Zack Snyder does a darker comic book character that is Batman, he fucks it up. He just if he did a Punisher movie, somehow he would find a way to screw it up. That is how bad he is at superhero movies. Oh my god. Oh my god. So bad. It's just it's so like why and also, I'm a journalist. I've been in interviews where that's happened. So that's not too far off from how that stuff works. So you can just say, oh, I'm just gooning for James Gunn, whatever. I don't give a shit about any of that. This is fucking stupid. Just, it's like social media gives people a free pass to just unload their their fucking stupidity on the world, which I know, hot take there, Britain. That's a really profound insight there. But seriously, like, why the hell? Why? Why are you? That is such a stupid criticism. Because, oh man, it's just, it's so stupid. It's so bad. It's so stupid. This is stupid. Like, I'm just, oh, I'm sorry. All right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think Alan Moore himself is also disappointed that people kind of took that from Watchmen because Watchmen is so much more about like let's make everything dark and edgy. But yeah, no, Zack Snyder has definitely given stuff like Watchmen a bad name. It's just going back to fucking Superman. It's it's so stupid. Like who freaking it's so dumb. Like They pick like the most minute thing, the minutest things to nitpick. It's so stupid. Like here, let me find some tweets and read them out for you guys because well, Clark Quill 97, God bless you. He says, starting your big Superman superhero trailer with two people talking in a room while having insane chemistry. Is superhero cinema back? Yes. That is a good take. Take this. Capricious Fox is here. Hello, Capricious Fox. How you doing? Um, it's doing well. I'm just ranting about superhero movies and for fucking idiots on the internet here. Um, let me just go. There was one person, I think they were kidding, was like, oh man, the Kents look nothing like Superman. I'm like, okay, this guy has to be joking because they're literally there's adopted parents. But you know, whatever. Okay, I've seen some good like the acting in the scene. Holy shit. There you go. Right there. See, this person gets it. Shadow Knight DK. They get it. They understand what's going on in the scene. Apparently, a bunch of other people are just media illiterate. They're like, oh, I just want to see Superman punch things. I won't, you know what, actually, I'm not going to name some of these tweets because in all honesty, I don't want to cause any drama. Probably better. But I'm telling you, man, some of the people in the comments section and on Twitter are just like they're just looking for reasons to hate on stuff. And it's sad. It's freaking sad. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you would think Zack Snyder would at least have a firmer grasp on Batman, a, at least a bit of an understanding. But no, he does not. I'm not going to go there because I've ranted my head off about Zack Snyder and his view on how superheroes should be. Heavy air quotes. But my God, he's just like, yeah, exactly. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Also, it's Superman. It's supposed to be lighthearted. Not saying he can't struggle. I'm not saying that because that's one of like the favorite arguments of the people who like freaking mopey, depressed Superman that Henry Cavill plays. I'm like, oh look, he smiles right there. I'm like, bro, throughout the movie, he literally does not like. It sucks. It sucked. It was bad. It was not a good adaptation of Superman for some reason. Oh, because the visuals. And he says some things that sound deep, bro. So that means it's actually good. It's like, no, that is not how that shit works. Excuse me. Talking about the animated show. I'm actually hoping to rewatch that soon. I wouldn't say it's that's a contrary opinion there, Capricious Fox. A lot of people really hate that movie. Um, oh, there was a '90s live action Superman. I didn't know that. Yeah, it's dumb. It's really really dumb. Like there was one guy who's like not a Snyder bro, who was all like, "Oh well, Superman wouldn't start, yelling," and I'm like, "Oh my god, our generation today is dead." And this guy, by the way, this guy's a writer. He is a writer. He's an indie writer. So I'm just like, oh my god. Oh, if you can't get what is going on in that scene, which to me was very clear. You can ask, you can disagree. You can say, Britain, you're just out of your way wrong. But I thought the point of that scene, how they played it, was very clear, to the point. This is what's going on. I guess not, because according to this guy, Superman should just be like, yes. Should just be stoic all the time, I guess. This dude's a fucking writer. I like the guy. I'm not saying like he's a bad dude or anything. God, he has so many fucking stupid takes like that. I'm just like, oh my god, dude. Like, it's like the rape in Star Wars thing. And the other day, I had a friend of mine who was like, "Oh well, that was inappropriate. Star Wars had Darth Vader had morals." I'm like, "Are you serious? Are you serious, bro?" He literally choked out his wife during a fucking domestic dispute. Just, do you remember that? Do you remember when he chokes out his pregnant wife with the Force during that little domestic dispute where he's like, "Oh, I kind of eradicated the Jedi, but hey, we can do whatever we want now." And she's like, "No," and he fucking chokes her ass out, just straight up, just kills her. Well, he doesn't technically kill her, but he does that, murders a shitload of kids, and he has morals. Tell me. Yeah, I was just saying, not to mention mass child slaughter. Yeah, mention that. He murders a whole group of Tusken Raiders. Sure, they murdered his mom, but still, he literally just committed genocide. Or, well, maybe that's not the right word. He literally committed a war crime, a atrocity, if you will. So Darth Vader has morals? Are you kidding me? No. It's like, that is just the stupidity on the internet pisses me off to no end. And it's just, I go on Twitter and I'll doom scroll, and it's just, oh my god, it is just fucking horrific. It is horrific. Oh well, Sam, you came in at a really good time because I'm ranting about Star Wars now and why Darth Vader does not have morals whatsoever. He murders people, like he murders kids, bro. Like, sure, you can make the argument that Anakin has morals. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, oh, not at the moment. Some of his takes have gotten really bad since he's kind of jumped in on the critical drinker. Sure, yeah, I mean, I got that, but just the idea that Darth Vader has morals whatsoever when he's like full Vader and he's not like Anakin is ridiculous. And just saying that while going like, they're raping people. I'm like, okay, Andor is a darker, grittier show than is what is normal in Hollywood, or what is normal in the I can't think of it at the moment. Star Wars universe. And the Empire is run by a bunch of psychopaths. What did you expect them to do? Huh? Like, what? If you don't like it, fine. That is your business. If Tori watched that and is like, that makes me uncomfortable, I don't want to watch that, fine. That is all you need to say. You don't need to say that. You don't need to say anything else whatsoever. Just say, this makes me uncomfortable, I don't want to watch this anymore. Fine. I'm not going to argue against that. That's totally fine. You can just do whatever and be like, it's fine. That's fine. Just say you're not comfortable with it. If you were just upfront and said you're uncomfortable with this, this is not why I watch Star Wars, fine. I am not going to argue with you about that. But if you're going to try and make an objective argument about how, oh, the Empire wouldn't stand for this, like, no. So blowing up a planet you can deal with, but when someone tries to SA somebody, that's too far. Like, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Kind of once again goes to, people are fucking stupid. That's where we're at right now. People are stupid. Not everyone, of course. I'm not saying everybody. I feel like I should just note that whatsoever. But you know what I think? We should have like a government. We should have like a government agency that like monitors honor. This is pretty much pure authoritarianism at this point. We should get like an agency that like regulates the stupidity of people who use social media. That's how bad it's gotten. That's how bad it's gotten, people. It's just, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is just, yeah, exactly. They're the Nazis in space. Like, what did you think they were gonna do? You think when they take over planets, they're just gonna be like, oh, okay, just gonna pat you on the head and pet you and lovingly caress you while they're oppressing you? No. Like, you think they're just gonna curl up on you while you're sleeping and just be like, yes, there. Yes, you're a good boy. No, no. That is not how that shit works. I guess in some of these people's brains, that's how that works, but that's not how it works. So, sorry. Same thing with Superman. It's like, good lord, if you can't get the most basic, this is the point of the scene, I can't help you. I genuinely can't. Now, if people in the Superman movie, kind of like how I was saying earlier with the here's the thing about Batman murdering people. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. I made the point on Twitter, so I'll say it again. But it's nonsensical. If he's murdering random ass mooks in the street with his Batmobile, why hasn't he killed the Joker yet? Why? Ask any Snyder fan that. They'll probably come up with some bullshit to try and answer that. But ask them that. Just ask them. Ask him why does he not kill the Joker then? Why? Why is that the case? I can tell you what, if they honestly were asked that, I guarantee you they would not be able to answer that. I'm telling you right now, they would not be able to answer that. They'd be like, they'd probably go like, oh, but the 89 version, what about it? At least in that movie, and I do have problems with the fact Batman kills people in that movie, but despite that fact, it made sense why he would want to kill the Joker. Like, I may not agree with it personally, but that's just the fact of the matter. Affleck's Batman is just freaking murdering people all over the damn place, and you're just it makes no sense. It does not make sense. Like, it would be one thing if he were just like if he just murdered the Joker or like murdered a couple of his bad guys, and you're just like, you know what? I don't agree with this, but whatever, right? Like, it makes there's a logic to this, even though you know he's just he's murdering people, which is the thing he said he would not do. But the fact he's just randomly murdering random mooks in the middle of the street, and he hasn't killed like the Joker or anything yet. I'm sorry, that's nonsensical. It makes no sense whatsoever. It just doesn't. It doesn't. And yeah, they don't really like happiness because the other speaking of some more people just bitching on the internet for no reason and nitpicking a bunch of shit. Like, there's a video of Mr. Terrific playing with crypto and people were shitting on it. Like, a guy can't just chill and play with a dog. Like, there's one guy who's like, "This is the smartest man in the DC universe." Ha 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 ha. It's like he's playing with a dog. What is wrong with this? There's nothing wrong with that. Very bright people like cute things, I am sure. At least some of them do. I don't know if, an Isaac Newton would have liked it. He was kind of a dickhead. But I'm sure there are really smart people who like cute things and have animals and play with those animals. again, just I hate this. It's so stupid. That is the end of my Alan like rant where I bitch about things that irritate the crap out of me, which a lot of it is stupid people on the internet. Agreed. The Justice Lords, like that's a good evil. Well, I mean, I agree, Zach. But one of the problems is that one of these Snyder Bros is one of the irritations with the Snyder Bros is that I have a real close friend who is one of these dyed in the wool Snyder fans. So there you go. Well, I mean, yeah, that's a fair question. My friend Slay and I have talked about this before because he's kind of on your side of things, or I don't know what your side of things is, but um, um, but it's more the case that Batman thinks that most, um, I think it's that Batman believes, despite the fact he's this brooding, kind of darker character, he believes that all lives on some level matter. It's not really his place to. It's like he says in the Dark Knight trilogy, "I'm not an executioner. That's not what I'm supposed to do." Yeah, I did not watch The Acolyte. It didn't really look that interesting to me. But of course, people bitched about it, and it got canceled. So, well, I'll say this to the modern Star Wars fan base: you get exactly what the fuck you guys deserve because this is absolutely ridiculous. It's just like, and that's the thing, like not like they're not entirely wrong to be like wary, but it's almost like they're going out of their way to dislike it, and it irritates me to no end. It really does, it really does, because like you don't know. Also, there's also the fact that Batman is like meant for kids as well. So yeah, can't really have him run around. And again, they made toys of the Punisher, so yeah, I guess it checks out. That is the unfortunate product of our society is that just negativity tends to get clicks and gets attention. I mean, Critical Drinker is doing his thing, even though he's blatantly lied about some of the movies that he's reviewed. So you know what? Fuck me, I guess, for talking about stuff that I enjoy, and at least actually, and I wouldn't be writing this hard for the Gun movie, but it actually looks like a good movie. Just putting it out there. Looks like a good movie. It's very frustrating. That's why I don't really pay attention to politics anymore. It's so I can't deal with it anymore. So much hypocrisy and people are too freaking rigid about stuff, and it's like, oh my god. And look, it's good to be passionate. It's good to have principles, but like people just take it too far, man. Same thing with fandom. Fandom takes it too far a lot of the time. Indeed we do. Indeed we do. And again, not even the biggest Superman fan, but I'm really hoping that James Gunn nails it with Superman. And from what it looks like he might do it. So, and what also was just nonsensical about like some of these like fans is like, dude, Zack Snyder and James Gunn are friends. James Gunn wrote the script for Zack's first movie. That is the Dawn of the Dead remake. Well, I appreciate you coming over and being like, you know what? And being like, you know what, Joanna? I'm going to take a quick break from this Joanna video to watch this man get pissed off about superheroes and Star Wars. But my main point is I'm really irritated at people who either are just completely media illiterate or they're just being really disingenuous and going out of their way to just bitch about stuff that literally does not matter or does not make any sense whatsoever. It's just it's painful. It is pain. I am in pain. I see this stupidity every day. So I'm trying not to use the R word again. But it's just, oh my god. Well, I appreciate you coming on to the stream because I'm just chilling out, man. Really just. So yes. People being stupid on the internet will never cease to irritate me. And yeah, there you go. So that's just kind of and again, it would be fine if you just went like, look, it's just not for me. It's not my thing. Fine. Fine. That's cool. They can't do that. They can't do it. Just you can't. I don't know why. Just say it's not for you. It is not an admission of defeat. There is no shame in this. Just say it's not for you and move on. But they can't do that. All right. It is good. I don't know if Sam's still here, but the novelization of Revenge of the Sith is actually quite good. So there you go. What have I been reading lately? Well, I have The King of Elfland's Daughter, which I'm hoping perhaps I can finish this evening after I eat with my parents. I am also reading Titus Grown by Sir Mervyn Peake. And The Animal Man Run from Jeff Lemire. Oh, man. Yep. Heavy. Very heavy. There you go. Oh, Sam is still here. And it is a very good book. It's a lot better than it has any right being. That's for sure. But yeah, I'm kind of just chugging it out on the pre-Tolkien fantasy lately, and also Jeff Lemire, because Year of Lemire is still going on the channel. I am trying to find Gotham Year One because I'm thinking about reading that comic soon, but I just haven't found it. It was at my local comic shop, but I went to get it for free comic book day, and it was gone. So that was nice. Not pissed off about that at all. Well, I wasn't pissed. I was like, damn it. More disappointed. Not disappointed at all. That took a lot. That took a lot out of me. I don't know if you can tell. There's a lot of things out in the world that irritate me. So it's just kind of how it goes, unfortunately. Oh man, yeah, I'm just yeah, look forward for that because I saw Zach's scheming what he got for his birthday. It's pretty good actually. I mean, it's got a really interesting narrative voice. Kind of reminds me. I definitely could see this being an inspiration on Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, just in terms of like how playful the voice is. It's really weird. I could definitely see how this influenced Lovecraft, though. I would say that Dunsany is not as verbose as Lovecraft is. So there you go. So if you're kind of irritated with Lovecraft's rambling verbosity, like I am, pick up Lord Dunsany. He does that stuff better. Also, an interesting guy. He was a chess player. Dude was a hunter. He liked a lot of things actually, and just an interesting guy all around. Fought in World War I. Fought during the Easter Revolution. Got a chunk of his skull blown out. That was crazy. And then became a fantasy writer because he really liked that stuff. Did the Gods of Pagana, which you mentioned. There is a Penguin edition that they put out a few years ago that I think actually has the Gods of Pagana stories in there. So if you're interested in picking that up, kind of like the Clark Ashton Smith collection I got over here. I think. Yep, there it is. Same one by Penguin. Um, it's good. It's a good book. Or I mean, I haven't read it yet, but it has a introduction by S.T. Joshi, who generally, despite my gripes with the man, he generally knows what he's talking about for the most part when it comes to that stuff. So I imagine it is very close to what was actually written. So there you go. And after the King of Elfland's Daughter, I am hoping to start Blood and the Mist by Hope Mirrlees, who is also an inspiration on Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. Because you know what? I'm trying to get these pre Tolkien fantasies out of the way. I will say that uh, Titus Grown is a really it's probably the most unique fantasy book that I've read, at least in my time of living. I've read some unique ones. I've read like Perdido Street Station and American Gods. I know that Gorman Gass was an inspiration on like China Mieville and um, China Mieville and Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman did the foreword for the folio editions of the Gorman Gass books. He also did the introduction for my copy of The King of Elfland's Daughter. So there you go. There's his name right there. He did have an introduction for Blood and the Mist as well, but now my copy has an introduction from Catherine Arden. So there you go. Yeah, I thought about getting the Worm Ouroboros, but I was like, not this year. Maybe sometime later I'll get the Worm Ouroboros. But I do know that E.R. Edison was an inspiration of Tolkien's. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw you gave a 5 star to one of his books the other day. I don't remember the name of it though. I saw you. I saw that on Goodreads. I not against reading Tim Powers. I just haven't really found a book yet. I do like the sound of that Werewolf and Lovecraft. Oh my god, I gotta get that cracked. So Sam, have you read Discovery yet? Uh, oh, Now we only have one person on here. I would like to think I'm not boring. I mean, I'm hoping to have this. I'm hoping to have this at least done before Jordan's live stream, which will be at 7. So I'm hoping to catch that. I don't think I'll go on for that long because I try to keep these at the longest 2.5 hours. I have read Ambrose Bierce. I think the occurrence on Owl Creek Bridge is phenomenal. I heard he also did some. Oh, hello, Aaron. How you doing? Glad to see you here. I forgot you were here. You just left that one comment. I was like, oh, okay, maybe he left. Discovery is a fascinating book. That's all I'll say. I am hoping that I will have my discussion with John, Amy, and Jacob out on Friday. I just need to get something from John first, and I'm going to record my part tomorrow. So, yeah, just waiting for that. Ugh. I can neither confirm nor deny that it's a bribe. I can neither confirm nor deny that fact. So. Yes, I'm kind of in an English fantasy mood, I guess, because I'm reading a bunch of English fantasy right now, like King of Elfland's Daughter, and I'm about to read Blood and the Mist, which is apparently a very British book. So take that with what you will. Yeah. I've not read Robert Chambers, but I know of The King in Yellow because I've watched True Detective. I am quite fond of that show. Really? That's interesting. Oh, I did not know that. That's God. That dude has interesting. He had an interesting life, but also he just had interesting like people around him. Oh man. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If any of you have any other recommendations for English fantasy books, you can let me know. And you don't have to say Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, because I already read that. I'll have to check those out then. I also read The Broken Sword, which isn't really a British thing. It's kind of like a weird blend of like that kind of English fairy tale and sword and sorcery and kind of just weird Norse element. No pun intended. So, I mean, I read that earlier this year. I quite liked it a lot. I did a review of it, as a matter of fact. Is it better than Tolkien? No, but I quite liked it. So there you go. Then again, I already did a video on it, so just watch that. No, Sam is trying to get me to read Tim Powers. He's trying to get me to see the light to try and get me to read Gene Wolfe. I mean, I've already read some Wolfe, but it just kind of we're just not melding, man. I was talking about it earlier. I was kind of joking. I was like, I hope Sam doesn't show up. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not trying to shade on him, but like I haven't seen the light, man. Hello, hello, Shay. How are you doing? Yes, Discovery is good. It's a solid book. Um, well, like I said, I have something coming up on Friday about Discovery, so keep your eyes out for that. Hopefully, I will get it out then because there's some stuff going down. And really hoping it doesn't, you know. Yeah, I've tried Wolf twice and I bounced off of it both times. I don't know. We're just not melding. Maybe I should try a short story that might help. I mean, I don't mind, not being um, told everything. Like, I'm fine with that. I don't mind being challenged as a reader. Um, but I don't know, just me and Wolf are just not seeing eye to eye at the moment. I don't know why. Because it seems like something I would like, And I've heard people compare him to like Vladimir Nabokov and Herman Melville, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Moby Dick, but that's neither here or there. Well, I won't harp too much on that. I don't know if any of you like Moby Dick, but I'm more mixed on Moby Dick, to be honest with you. Let me see. Let me see. I thought I was shit. Um, yeah, it's been kind of Amy, Amy Minton maybe. Oh, the short story I've from Gene is The Lost Pilgrim, a time travel story. Oh boy. Yeah, I mean, maybe I should try one of his short stories, but I don't know, man. I've not melded. It's it's like he's above where I'm at. I'm here, kind of just frolicking around in the wilderness, and he's like, "Here's all these things you should try." And I'm like, "What? What?" It's also just like it's a bit dry, I think, and some of the like language in like the Wizard Knight I thought was kind of awkward. Like he kept saying "kind of." I'm just like, dude, are you kidding me? Like I know he's from the perspective of like a kid, but like that's not the most pleasant thing to read, at least in my opinion. And then I read another book called The Land Across, which I saw Sam got recently, and he kind of shouted me out in the video. And he's just like, "Yeah, I heard you kind of bounced off of it." I'm like, "Yep, that's about right." But it was pretty funny when I saw he picked that up. I'm like, I hope you enjoy it. I'm not saying you shouldn't read it. I don't hate it or anything. It just not melding. It's not melding. And there's a lot of people who love Wolf, like my good man Neil Gaiman and my friend Philip Chase. and Sam, and even John and Jacob seem to be taking on to Wolf. I'm just like, God damn, I must be missing something because I have to be missing something because it's just, ah, I'm not getting it. I will happily admit that. Maybe not happily, but I will admit that. And it's like, oh, there's all these like references in it. And I'm like, I get that, that's cool, but like, like, is like the actual story good? Throw in my girl Janie Words. I need to read Janie Words. She's I heard she's also very good. I know that John and them really like her, and um, she's liked a few of my tweets. She's retweeted me even a few times. So she's really cool. She also had a really good she had a really good tweet the other day about not giving up, which I needed to read because I saw the other day there was somebody in the indie sphere who was retiring from writing. He said because the cost just was too much for him, and that just made me really sad because you know I don't think you can retire from something like writing. I think storytelling is kind of like a calling, if you will. But it just made me sad that someone was that discouraged that they had to step away. That just really tears me up on the inside. It makes me really really sad. So yeah, yeah, she seems like a really interesting, bright person. I hope to maybe I'll read her someday. Maybe get her on the channel even. We'll see. But yeah, this is where we're at. Oh, Eleanor Neil's back. Cool. That's a good channel. Yeah, but it's like it's another long freaking fantasy series. I'm just like, God, I'm about to start Malazan soon, and I just like I'm just I need some priorities. Like, stop FOMOing me. Stop making me feel FOMO. Killing me over here, guys. All right, be all right. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Forgot to unmute myself. Ah, that's good to hear. Glad to hear that. Yeah, that sounds about right. I just need to wait. I think I might have scared Sam off with my, Gene Wolfe not cash money at the moment talk. So yeah, sorry, Sam. I really want to like him. I do. Oh. Well, Jordan. Oh, yeah, that's true. I mean, I am starting Malazan this year because I'm like, I have nothing really better to do than start Malazan, so I'm gonna start Malazan this year. I got Gardens of the Moon right over here. I got it. I I'm probably gonna read it sometime this summer. Probably not June because June on the range, but July and August this puppy's getting read. So there you go. Either that or I'm just gonna go completely crazy and insane for you guys as entertainment. So that's always fun. Why do I sound so weird in stream? I don't get it. I don't get it. Hope I don't sound weird to you guys. It always sounds different, Like it's not as clean. Maybe it's just because of StreamYard, but I don't know. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna check my settings real quick. Like,
like it's on the default, bastards. There we go. Hope the audio sounds better now. No, it's still weird. I don't get it. I don't fucking know how it works. Hello, T. How you doing, man? Oh, thank you, Zach. I'm glad that someone noticed it. I'm doing well. I'm just, kind of fretting a bit about all the books I'm going to be reading this summer. Just like, man, when am I going to start Malazan and reading these pre-Tolkien books that I'm reading? What am I reading? Well, I am reading some pre-Tolkien stuff right now, so I am about to finish The King of Elfland's Daughter. Hopefully, they're going to do that tonight or tomorrow. Titus Grown by Mervyn Peake, which is... Hold on. Let me find many pages here. Come on. Come on. That. So I'm reading that right now. And Jeff Lemire's Animal Man. So there you go. Yep. It's pretty solid so far. The language is really, really quite something. So yeah. Yeah, I mean it's I'm more a fan of the creator than the character, but it's it's a DC book. Though you did miss me ranting about Star Wars and Superman earlier and just how dumb people are. So, you missed that part. It always sounds weird on when you stream more than I should probably cave and do restream like everyone else is doing nowadays, but like I don't like change, so it's been really hard. It'd be hard for me to adapt to that. You stop that. Yeah, I mean you can go earlier. I was like, oh yeah, you can go earlier and see me getting pissed off about Superman. Well, I mean, I thought the trailer looked good. I don't really have too many complaints. The flying kind of looks a little weird, but that's about it. Which that's just my taste. I don't know. It just looked kind of strange to me. Little uncanny valley, if you will. But I like the trailer. I think it looks good. I don't know. I mean, I'm not like a hardcore Snyder fan who thinks it's just going to be bad because anything that's bright and colorful is bad. But well, we'll see. But I have hope. It's the most I've been looking forward to a superhero movie in a while that isn't like Fantastic Four. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't mind the behind the scenes bit. I mean, like, you know, they if they want to do that, fine. I don't really care. But yeah, the flying just looks kind of weird. Weird. Ah, that's fair. Yeah, he's an acquired taste for sure. I thought Guardians 3 was amazing. Thought that was the best one. But you know, um, I didn't see the Thunderbolts, but I'm not shocked that they changed the name because there is a little asterisk where the Thunderbolts should be. So yeah, yes, and it looks very promising. As a matter of fact, I haven't been excited about any MCU project in a long time. The last time I was actually looking forward to anything was Spider-Man, the last Spider-Man movie. That was the last one I really liked, and this Fantastic Four movie actually looked good. But I have a soft spot for the Fantastic Four. Some of the first comics I read when I was a kid. Yes, the last three were either mediocre to just outright bad. And that's kind of funny. I brought up outright bad because my friend Jacob's here, who absolutely hates one of the Luff F4, but I'm still not convinced on this new movie. You know what? That's fair. I get that. I know we've been burned too many times with the Fantastic Four, but I am trying to hold out hope that finally somebody will get it right. Because damn it, we need a good MCU movie again. It's just come on. You know? Anyway, it's just kind of my thoughts on the matter. Yeah, no, it's just kind of where we're at the moment. What run of FF did you start with? I started with the original one by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, which I still think holds up. It was some of the first comics I remember reading when I was a kid, and I read it. I read it some year. I reread it again some years ago. Still holds up. At least the art does. I know some of the dialogue can be a little cheesy, but man, that Jack Kirby art though, my God, I still think that's the best thing he ever did. I mean, I know a lot of people love the New Gods. Haven't read the New Gods yet. But man, so good. Also love the Jonathan Hickman run. I thought that was a absolutely insane. That would be cool. I do hear that they might have Mole Man somewhere in the movie, but you know, I don't know yet. But that would be awesome. That would be fun to see Mole Man and the creature. I actually hold on a second. I actually, because they're reprinting some single issues and stuff, I actually got the first issue and I framed it because it's a very important one for me. So there you go. Though I will say I'm more of a Steve Ditko fan in terms of original Marvel, but hey, I am not taking away from Jack Kirby. He did some really great work during the day when he was doing Marvel. But yeah, no, I still love the. I won't say it's the definitive like run of Fantastic Four. The Hickman run anyway. I won't say it's the definitive run since the original one, but since I know a lot of people really like John Byrne's run, and I know a lot of people like Mark Waid's run, I haven't read either of those, so I don't really want to comment until I read those. But yeah, no, that original run and the Hickman run from like 10 years ago, really, really good stuff. Yeah, I haven't read the Ryan North run yet. I did read I read part of his Squirrel Girl run, which is like this kind of quirky, it's kind of a comedy book. And I was kind of like, all right, yeah, that's fine. Like it was okay. But I've heard his Fantastic Four is really good, so I'll have to pick it up. I recently read Fantastic Four Life Story from Mark Russell, which was actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it was a solid run. Now I don't know what they're gonna do for the new Fantastic Four movie. They got plenty of good material to pull from, so it looks like they're doing the Galactus story arc from the original Lee Kirby run. It kind of looks like what they're pulling from, so hopefully it'll be good. Really hoping, because I'm like, it can't get any worse than Fant Four Stick. Like it just can't. Like I have to believe that. I have to believe that it is not the worst, that the Fant Four Stick is the lowest we can go. I'm at least gonna like the guy they got. I can't ever pronounce his name, but the guy they got for The Thing. I was wondering where you were at, Tharnall. I was about to actually end this stream, but I'm glad you did join in. So, hello, Tharnall. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, I was kind of like, yo, where's Tharnall, man? He's usually like here day one. No shame. We all make mistakes. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Talking about Fantastic Four. And probably going to bounce soon because, Jordan has a stream starting in a few minutes at iWizard that I want to catch. So, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Well, I hope you get to feeling better. Yeah. Yeah, the 90s were an interesting time for American comics. If you really want to, like, I have some recommendations for, like, superhero stuff and whatnot. I think that, yeah, the Spider-Man in the 90s. That's good. I like that. Yeah, you can tell John that. Be like, hey, John. It's like, hey, John, you're like Mr. Fantastic. You can stretch around. I'll be like, what? Probably be confused. Probably not, because he likes comics. Anyway, I am probably going to log off now for the moment. But thank you, everyone who joined in while I was hanging out here today. We will be getting back to regularly scheduled videos, and hopefully on Friday there will be the video where I talk with the Mintons about their new book, Discovery, which is coming out tomorrow as we speak. So give that a look. And, if you guys are going to go watch Jordan's stream, I'll be there. So until next time, hopefully you guys enjoyed. See you guys later. Bye-bye.